We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 414. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week is the OG Undisputed Scholar himself, Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how is you?
I is good. I am honestly wishing we had the type of production that would just put each of us in separate pods just because it's Elimination Chamber prediction show, baby. And seriously, I just want us to have this is old school Elimination Chamber. Like, you see the chains in the background. You look like a plastic cover over us that is cheap as hell.
If only this show is sponsored by Skillshare, then maybe we get some free classes on that.
Absolutely.
But alas, that day has not yet come. But I'll tell you who is here. We also have joining us this week the one and only, the second of the OG Undisputed Scholars. He is Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, how is everything going?
I'm actually pretty excited for what's going on this weekend because this might possibly be the best built B show that the WWE has put on in like 10, 15 years. So I'm actually very excited for a show that I haven't been excited for in a very long time.
I know, right? Like, who knew that Elimination Chamber could be this hyped? But speaking of built up, we also have, of course, our current reigning and now defending Scholars of Wrestling world champion and Scholars in the Bank briefcase holder. He of many titles and prizes. He is Scholar Charlie. Scholar Charlie, how's the champ doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Going into tomorrow, a half day at work, into a 3-day weekend, and during that 3-day weekend, I get to watch Elimination Chamber. So I'm pretty psyched.
Groovy. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Birdman himself. He is Scholar Jeremy. Jay, how's everything? How's life treating you?
Going good. The coach is back on the channel, and like Brian said, I'm actually excited for Elimination Chamber for the first time in many, many years. And Charlie, let's see if I can take that belt off of you in a B show, man. Let's do this.
Let's see.
Well, hey, after a night like this, Elimination Chamber may not be considered to be a B show. Will it be a one-off, or was this just a taste of things to come?
I just have one question. With Brian and Jeremy saying you guys are excited for this pay-per-view, are you excited for the whole card, or is it just excited for the main event?
I'm excited for the whole card, really.
Yeah, I'm excited for
the whole card. The whole card actually is really good.
Okay.
And everything except I think the women's Elimination Chamber has been built up very superbly for me. Like, the women's Elimination Chamber kind of seems just thrown together and whatever, but there's stories around every match in this show basically that I enjoy, and
awesome.
It's rare that that's happened, so I'm excited for the entire show, really.
That's actually a really relieving thing to hear, because from different corners of the internet wrestling community, I've been hearing just people say, oh, they're just excited for Sami versus Roman, just because that's obviously the bloodline storyline has just been the most exciting storyline in wrestling today. And the rest of the card was just basically like, okay, yeah, they're in it. More bodies just to fill out the card. But it actually is very, very relieving to actually hear you guys actually excited for this entire card. And
yeah, heck yeah.
To be honest, I am too. I just good. It's really good to hear.
Yeah, you really got to take what you hear on the internet from the internet wrestling community in stride, because there's a tendency where the most critical, I'll say, and negative have a tendency to be the most outspoken ones. Meanwhile, everyone who's actually enjoying everything we get is just sort of chilling back and just like, forget you guys. I'm enjoying my stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Jay. Did you have anything to contribute? I'm sorry. I think I cut you off there.
Oh, you're fine. I was just gonna say, and it takes a lot for me to get excited about a WWE pay-per-view, and actually, like, this is a decent card because you know me, I just feel they haven't put on strong cards in the last. Well, Rumble was good, but other than that, they've not put on a strong card in a while since like SummerSlam or Survivor Series. But I'm actually excited for Elimination Chamber. I've been excited since what did it start? Like what, 24 years ago? I think. Sorry, not 24. 20 no, 19 years ago was I think the first one. 2004 Survivor Series, I think.
2002.
2002.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So over 20 years, but yeah, first time I've been excited in a long time. So
And with a couple of guys who actually went to see the first ever
Yep.
Elimination Chamber. So, yeah.
Right here. I think I
Right.
still have that OG shirt from the event somewhere in storage.
I
Yeah.
still have a piece of Shawn Michaels confetti.
nice.
Next time you see him, you get him to sign. It's like, you still have this? Yeah, duh. I'm a wrestling nerd. What did you expect?
21 years old. There you go.
All right. Well, with that happy note, let's not waste any more time. There's really big matches to predict, and let's get right into them. This is WWE Elimination Chamber 2023. And we're going to be kicking things off with our first match here. We've got Edge and Beth Phoenix going up against the Judgment Day. And Charlie, as the champion, the first pick, you can either take the first pick as the defending champion, or you can defer to the top of the order. As a champ, the choice is yours.
I'll take the first pick.
Okay, fire away. What you got?
I'm going with Edge and Beth Phoenix on this one. I think Finn Balor will eat the pin, so Rhea Ripley doesn't get too thrown off, and that's the way that one's going to go.
All right, next up, we're kicking it over to Scholar Jeremy. Jay, who do you got for this one?
Right off the bat, Charlie, you have to disagree with me. Why do you do this to me, man? We were friends for so long. I'm going with Balor and Rhea Ripley. You're not going to build the challenger for the women's title at WrestleMania and lose a month before. It's not going to happen. We're going to
She
get
doesn't have to eat the pin.
She doesn't have to lose.
All right, we're already out of the gate, and we already have something. All right, kicking over to the top of the order. Scholar Tarek, who do you got for this one?
Actually, I'm going to have to side with Jeremy on this one. I'm also going to go with the Judgment
Wow.
Day. And yeah, because I agree. One, Rhea Ripley, with the momentum she's going, even as the person who doesn't take the pin, she does not need to lose any momentum. And if they're planning on having a Hell in a Cell match between Finn Balor and Edge at WrestleMania, what's the point of actually giving Edge a big win already when he's already have the wins stacked for him anyway? Judgment Day really do need a win against Edge, especially if you're trying to build something as big as a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
I like that there's a disagreement already. I really do.
You too.
So do I. I like the conflict. This is good. Kicking over to Brian next. Brian, who do you got between Edge and Beth Phoenix or the Judgment Day?
Make it 3-on-1 because this is my thought process. Okay, as Tarek and Jeremy have said. Okay, yeah, if Edge and Beth Phoenix win, Rhea Ripley cannot take the pin. That's fair. Okay, but okay, Rhea Ripley needs to go in to WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair. Strong. Way strong. Like, holy shit, strong. Okay? So, and Beth Phoenix is here for a one-off. So it's like she can take the pin. Nobody else gets hurt in the process. Finn Balor is raised up, so a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania makes sense. Rhea Ripley can say, hey, I'm not on your level, Charlotte Flair. I just took out a legend. Okay?
Should I
just
kiss
took
my
out
title goodbye now or wait till Saturday?
I just took it. I just took out. You can get it. You can get it back if in other matches. If we have a difference in another match, well, hey. But
Off to a bad start.
Look, it's Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley needs the pin here. She needs to pin Beth Phoenix, and I think she does with the help of Prison Dom.
Honestly, Charlie, it doesn't help that your long hard on for Edge is working against you on this one.
Yeah, he doesn't need to win every match, Charlie.
More of a
speaking
corner
of-
than Edge, Charlie.
I'm not going to finish that thought. I'm just going to say I'm going to be a big old coward and go for the Judgment Day. Just because.
Okay.
Just because.
Shut down.
Yeah. I'm going for the throat here.
That's what she said.
The dynasty will be toppled. That's all I got to say. And in all seriousness, everything else you guys are saying makes total sense. I'm not totally sold on whether or not the Edge Finn Balor match is good for a WrestleMania Hell in a Cell. I'm not gonna buy into that too much until I see confirmation firsthand. But assuming
That's what
that
building up for, fool.
yeah, but I won't. I don't treat it as an absolute. But even then, even if that wasn't the case, there's enough of a case for everything else that makes me think that yeah, there's probably going to be a Judgment Day win here, at least in this match. But now we've got the first match out of the way. Now it's time to switch over to another match that could potentially be just as controversial, if not more. We've got Bobby Lashley going up against Brock Lesnar. And Jay, it's your pick up first. Who do you got, Bork Lesnar or Bobby Lashley?
I wish they'd save this match for Mania because the Rumble build was actually really awesome. Oh shoot!
This is the one I had trouble with.
I'm gonna
No pressure.
yeah.
What's it
Yeah,
gonna
thanks.
be, Jay?
Okay, I'll
Remember,
say it
you're
now.
already up on Charlie.
I heard Bobby Lashley.
Lashley wins. Lesnar gets the win at Mania.
Ooh.
I'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got Tarek. Who we got between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar?
I hate to do this again. I'm siding with Jeremy. I'm also going to pick Bobbles to win because we're going to see the return of the Hurt Business taking down Brock Lesnar. They've been building up the Hurt Business literally for weeks.
I just kissed my title goodbye and threw it back on the couch.
You've been seeing MVP talking with Cedric and Shelton. He even came out for their tag match. We're beginning a very heelish. Lashley is very much the heel in this story, and they are going to have a rematch at WrestleMania. So this is going to be like the big win for Bobby because the Hurt Business is going to return and help take him out.
All right, Brian, do we care to keep the pain train going?
Keep the Hurt train going.
Once again, the OG scholars are in agreement and are in lockstep. The Hurt Business.
Hey man, I'm the OG. We're still undisputed, we're undisputed, my friend.
I believe he's talking about the original Trinity here.
Oh,
the Hurt Business is going to be back in business just in time for a fight pit at WrestleMania.
Ooh!
But in order to get there, Bobby Lashley needs to win. Because look, it's Brock Lesnar. It's Bobby Lashley. It's two MMA guys. Throw them in a fight pit. Let's see that happen. And
that makes so much sense. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
And you get the Hurt Business back. They shouldn't have broken them up in the first place, so we can get that back going. and you and Bobby Lashley can get a screwy win, and we can set that off into motion.
That's so
Interesting.
my God, that makes so much sense. Wow. I'm surprised I didn't even think of that. And a fight pit is Triple H's baby match. So yeah, wow.
Though to be fair, when was the last time until today, when was the last time you even heard anyone bring up a fight pit match?
Today from Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
Just now.
It's been point is, it's been a while, so we don't really. It's not the first thing that would jump to mind. So it's not like there was a serious lapse in your judgment in any way.
I applaud that. That is awesome. Now I want that to happen.
So,
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I just don't think it's all that likely that it's going to result in like a fight pit match. I'm not even convinced that it's going to that's the reformation of the Hurt Business is necessarily going to lead to a Bobby Lashley win here. That being said, I'm still going to go with it. I'm still going to go with it since it's probably, now that you proposed it, that's probably what they're going to end up doing. So I'm going to go with Lashley.
Triple H putting a fight pit at Mania is the most Triple H thing he can do.
I thought that was
You brought
spitting
up the-
water and banging the boss's daughter.
damn.
That's the
Well,
most Triple H thing you can do.
Very much
does
so.
that
But when
every
it comes
day.
to
You don't
when it
need
comes
to
to
do it
match
for
creations,
WrestleMania.
again, the fight pit is his baby. That is his baby. He would want his baby at WrestleMania.
I'd want to see the
Speaking
Lions
of-
Den come back instead, personally.
Huh?
The Lions Den from Shamrock and Owen Hart back in SummerSlam, put that instead of the fight pit. That's what I would want to see.
Another fun one.
SummerSlam
Interesting.
98, baby.
I was there.
All right, let's compound Charlie's misery. Go
Charlie,
ahead, Charlie.
it's your
Do it.
pick up next.
So
Am I correct in assuming you picked Brock Lesnar and you're being the doing the honorable thing and following your pick?
Off
Remember what I
air
said,
tonight.
Charlie.
Off air tonight, I made a deal with everybody that would stick with my locked in picks. So I'm gonna stick with my locked in picks. And this one was the toughest for me to decide, and it's because I'm gonna be wrong. Brock Lesnar.
Or Glazer.
See,
You know he's so upset, and because he's so upset, he's probably gonna win.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
right?
tell you what,
You
never
know?
never let it be said that you're not defending your title with honor right now. Because
I am.
if Brock
I'm
ends
sticking
up
to my
winning,
guns.
if Brock ends up winning this match and you just shut us all down, you will be an insatiable monster with that title at this point. I'm like, I'm massively conflicted. Like at the same time, I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, if you end up winning and rubbing it in all our faces, I think we may have created a monster here.
But
Think about it,
remember,
Chaz.
but remember, as I said this off air as well, it's like I'm 99% certain of my picks. Okay, but there's 1% in almost every pick where it's like I can actually see this happening. I could see Edge and Beth winning. I could see Brock winning. So Charlie's acted all upset in his little corner box over there, and I'm like, I can still see them winning.
Okay.
I'm not
Thank
shutting
you.
down. I'm not shutting down the aspect of them winning. The only match that I only have one match where it's like this person has to win.
Yeah.
Two matches where this person has to win. It's a foregone conclusion. It's just how you get there. But
Yeah.
everything else, I'm like, anything could happen. I'm 99% certain, but there's 1% where it's like I would not be surprised at all.
All right. Good pep
Think about
talk.
it, Charlie. Think about it, Charlie. You only need 1 point to get that win, and that could be the match.
know.
You never know.
Think about that, Charlie. You just got a pep talk from your rival here.
I know.
because it's going to make it that much sweeter when it doesn't happen.
Just so you all know, that smoke on my screen is from incense. My apartment's not on fire.
I
Oh, I
figured, given the fact that you didn't just like jump up and just like try and like smash something out, I figured it was either like some sort of incense or vaporizer or whatever.
I just thought he was hitting up.
Hey, we're not judging.
He has to do that to make himself feel better about his pick.
Yeah, I'm just here to talk wrestling and vibe.
It's all good, man.
But I'll tell you what, speaking of points and such, today is now where we're getting to our first of the multi-man elimination chamber matches that can go any number of ways. Starting with the men's elimination chamber, we've got Austin Theory, Seth freaking Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. And for this one, we're going to be picking a pick ourselves, and we're also going to be picking a random bonus pick just for the sake of breaking any potential ties, should they come up, of course. And with that, we're also going back to the top of the Scholars Order with you, Tarek. Who do you have winning the men's elimination chamber match?
Okay, here's who I think is not going to win it. 100% is Seth frickin' Rollins. Because I think he's kind of done being United States champion. And it's definitely not going to be Johnny Gargano because, unfortunately, the man has absolutely no momentum since his return. Right now, the only thing Johnny Gargano has going for him is the fact that he's a Bluey fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say they're not going to, but I would love to see these three win it. Either Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, or Montez Ford, just to see some new faces win the U.S. Championship.
I'd love to see Montez Ford win it.
Actually, yeah, I'm good with all three of those guys because, like I said, new faces. New faces to hold singles belt, at least in Ford's court. But Priest and Bronson Reed, especially Bronson Reed, since he's now back and he's getting very little audience reaction because the WWE casual audience don't really know who he is other than just the guy that Miz brought in to help beat Dexter Lumis and just face people in squash matches. But because it's the final pay-per-view or premium live event before WrestleMania, and they've been slowly building up him versus John Cena at WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship, I'm going to go with Austin's Theory.
Okay. Now, with that pick out of the way, now we're moving it over to your random pick for the evening. And I'm about to hit the button now, and we're going to pick that name.
Theory.
You got Damian Priest.
Okay. Now just watch, because there's 6 guys and 5 of us, no one's going to get Austin Theory.
Man, that would
be hilarious.
Yep.
All right. And
Priest
on that note,
he would be another one I would like to see win, but
all right. On that note, we've got moving it over to Brian. It's your pickup next. Who you got for the men's elimination chamber?
Well, for me, it really came down to 2 guys, and for me, it was they're both gonna have one-off matches at WrestleMania. And for me, it was just picking which one of those one-off matches would make more sense having a title involved. It came down to me, Seth freaking Rollins, and Austin Theory. And for me, it was which match needs the title more. Because Seth Rollins is going to face Logan Paul. And Austin Theory supposedly is going to face John Cena. And once I thought about it, it's like John Cena, Peacemaker, American Hero gone bad. It makes more sense to have the United States title involved in that match. So yeah, Austin Theory's gonna win. Montez Ford and Johnny Gargano are in there to do the crazy spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're there for. They're gonna go out. Bronson Reed and Damian Priest are there to do the big man. They're gonna do the meet in the middle deal. Damian Priest and Bronson Reed, and they're gonna big man it off. Big meaty men slapping meat. We know that.
There we go. I was looking for that. I was looking for the
said
meat.
the thing.
He's slapping the meat.
Yeah.
Slap, 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 slap.
And I think it's going to come to but yeah, Austin Theory I think needs the win going into WrestleMania to lead into his matchup with Peacemaker, American Hero gone bad, John Cena. Austin Theory wins.
All right. On that note, now it's your turn to spin the wheel, make the deal. Who do we got? The wheel is spinning, and we have Bronson Reed.
Jonah,
2
not too
fifths of the
bad.
way down. Who's gonna be the lucky?
I'll
Seriously,
tell you
no
what.
one's gonna get Theory.
I'll tell you what. I really wish. Speaking of Bronson Reed, I admit I like him. I kind of wish that everything you're saying did not make sense, because I was kind of hoping that Bronson Reed had a chance, but your logic is too flawless. I'm going to go with Austin Theory on this one. And with that, now it's my turn to spin the wheel. First, let's get rid of Bronson Reed's name off of the spinner.
To be fair, no one wants to see Logan Paul in any form of title match anymore.
Okay.
Ever since
My wheel is spinning, and I got Montez Ford.
Come on.
I may be in trouble
I
tonight.
knew this.
And that's
It'll
Charlie.
still only get you halfway there, Charlie.
I know.
Charlie,
and
make
this
your
is
pick.
only
Who
in
do you
case
got?
of a tiebreaker.
A-Town down, Austin Theory.
A-Town down, Austin Theory.
No, I hope no one gets him.
Come on. Come on.
I need to write down your picks first, and now we're going to go to the random
Come
wheel.
on, Seth Rollins.
Get him,
Seth
Gargano.
All
Rollins.
right, who does Charlie get? And the
Gargano.
answer is Austin Theory.
Oh,
Dang it.
Double Austin Theory could come through in the clutch.
Ah, dang it.
He just can't get Oscar. He can't get.
Hey, the world is full of possibilities, random or not. But either way, Jaybird, while I'm writing the spinner wheel for one final time for the men, who is your pick for the winner of the men's Elimination Chamber?
We have an accord. A-Town down. Let's go. Austin Theory.
All right. We have an accord for Austin Theory, but now it's time for the final pick for the men's Elimination
Give me Seth
Chamber.
Rollins.
Jay's pick is
Gargano.
Johnny Gargano.
Darn it.
Jay
Oh,
has
well.
Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
Nobody got Seth.
Ah. Oh, well.
But anyway, that is the men's
you, Charlie.
Elimination Chamber.
Damn
No,
it.
Now we're
swear to
moving
God,
over.
If he gets the next one too, I'm calling shenanigans.
Oh, I'm calling complete garbage on that one. Freaking slipping Jeff's 20s, if anything.
I'm paying Jeff off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, remember, these things only work if there's a tiebreaker.
Yep.
So let there not be a tiebreaker. And speaking of avoiding tiebreakers, Brian, you're next up for the women's Elimination Chamber. We've got Asuka versus Liv Morgan versus Nikki Cross versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalia and Carmella. We also have random picks for this one too. All the same rules apply. So, Brian, who do you got for this one?
There's only one person who's been built up to actually come in and win this match. There's only one person who's believable to me to win this match, and yeah, it's Asuka. It's like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan would be a good secondary choice, but I know she's just there to do crazy shit because that's all she's been doing since she lost the title. She goes into a match, she does some crazy shit, and she loses. That's what's been going on. So that's what's going to happen again. And the only other person you've built up at all, is Raquel, and that's not happening. She's not ready yet. You got to go. When it comes to WrestleMania, you need to go where the money. When it comes to WrestleMania, you need to go where the money is, and that's in Bianca Belair versus Asuka. So
all right,
Asuka wins. If we're not in accord here, I will be very shocked.
well, accord or not, there is no according with the wheel of random names. So let's pick your random pick for the women. Wheel of wrestlers, spin, spin, spin. Tell us the wrestler that should win. And Brian's random pick is officially Carmella.
Ouch.
Very nice.
Hell, I'm making my own game, just trying to see who everyone
gets what. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm going with Asuka here too for my pick. She's coming on too strong, as this is just gonna set up an amazing match for WrestleMania. So without further ado, I'm gonna pick my random pick. Let's click on that wheel. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see who I get.
Nikki.
And my pick is I got double Asuka.
Oh,
Good for you, dude. Good for you.
Hey, there's still a strong chance that may not come into play. Anyway, speaking of coming to play, that brings us back to Charlie. Who's your pick for the women's elimination chamber?
Asuka's winning this.
Okay.
Now,
short,
which
sweet, to the point.
leftover do I have?
Well, let's find out. Let's go to the wheel and spin that wheel and see who Charlie gets for his random pick.
Give him a rock. Give him a rock.
Is Nikki Cross.
Damn.
Wow.
Nikki Cross is fine. She seems like a very nice lady.
Oh yeah.
I like
She's a stalker, man.
I fail to see the problem here. Jaybird, who you got?
I gotta go with Asuka, aka Kana. Ever since she came out with the old face paint at almost said Mania at Rumble, I gotta go with her.
And I don't blame you for a second. But now let's get swifty and or random. Let's spin that wheel. It's your turn up next.
Liv.
Spinning, spinning, spinning. And the pick is Liv Morgan.
Nice, I'll take it.
Shit, that means I'm probably going to get Raquel.
If you get Raquel, that'd
it's a 50-50.
And with that, Tarek, take us home for the women's elimination chamber. Who do you got?
It has to be Asuka. Here's who I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be Raquel, even though Triple H has a huge hard-on to push Raquel. I see it's the final three
back muscles. I don't think so.
It's shit. I was gonna say smiling back muscles. Thanks, fool. I think the final three are gonna be Asuka, Raquel, and Liv Morgan. I think those are the biggest names in this match, but at the end of it, it has to be Asuka. She's the biggest name to actually go for a women's title match for WrestleMania. Help get rid of that flub of having her actually, having a legit match against carrying Chelsea Green. Instead of having it be a squash match with her new character. But yeah, Asuka all the way. Please. This is like a big heart thing. Please don't let anyone else take it.
All right. And on that note, it's our time for our final random pick for the evening.
Who's the other one that's missing? Raquel and who?
Natalya or
Oh,
Smiley
yeah.
McBack muscles.
Oh yeah, the one from Canada. That's only in this match because she's from Canada.
Well, she's your pick now. You got Natalia.
Why not?
That's how the rocks fall.
Rocks fall, everyone
it-
loses.
Everyone dies.
Either of those two was a lose for me because I don't find any appeal in Raquel and Natalia.
Can we just
when
retcon Raquel Rodriguez?
Natalia-
Can we just call her? Can we make her new name now? Smiley Back Muscles.
Sure, why not?
We can at least
But
get
hey.
a meme out of this disaster.
Exactly.
Hey, when your other person is the most famous thing is the fact that she passes gas.
Does anyone
Either
really think
both of them
about
are
that
losing.
anymore?
God.
You'd
Oh my
be
God.
surprised how many people still think about Natalia and farting Natalia. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
so dumb.
hey, I'm not kink shaming anybody for that one. But anyway, moving on to what is bound to be the final match of the evening, and the one where everyone's eyes are locked on. It's Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Championship. And yeah, looking like it's falling to me. I'll tell you what. This match has had me going back and forth. Because initially, I think we were all thinking, oh, there's no way Sami Zayn's going to get this. But credit to all involved, they're making me believe. They're making me believe that this could potentially happen and we could get any number of results at WrestleMania. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that we could get Sami Zayn beating Roman tonight because it's so hot, and eventually leading up to a main event on night 2 of Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. And then we also have just like bloodline shenanigans all throughout the rest of the weekend. That being said, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns on this one to win on
You're gonna
this
swerve
night.
us. You
But-
swerver. That was good. That was good.
There's going to be some wacky picks, but even if we all pick the same person, I think there's still going to be a lot of leeway in what the end result is going to be and how we get there. In this particular instance, I'm going with Roman to win via some shenanigans with the Usos or Solo Sikoa or something, where this is going to happen, and the entire theme of WrestleMania is going to be the bloodline versus the world. And I know that maybe a couple weeks ago, it seemed like the entire world was wondering, okay, is there a possibility of Roman Reigns defending his title on 2 nights? When I'm going to make a bold prediction here, I think there's going to be another 2-nighter, but I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be the one to do it. I think there's going to be one person who's going to be wrestling on both nights of WrestleMania. And I think it's going to be Sami Zayn. We're going to get the oft-rumored tag title match with the Usos defending titles against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But because of immense fan demand, I think the night 2 main event of WrestleMania is going to be Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn in a 3-way match. Make it a triple threat. Everyone gets what they've rightfully earned one way or another. And who after that, whether it's Cody, whether it's Sami, whoever takes it, takes it. But at this point, it cannot be Roman. But I think that train, in my mind, all begins with Roman winning on this night. Kicking it over to Charlie. It's your final pick of the evening. Where are you landing?
Roman Reigns.
All right.
Made it look like he was thinking, but it was obvious.
Well, hey, like I said, even if we all agree, I'm almost positive that our pathways, as far as what we're going to get next, are all going to diverge.
Yeah.
But either way, Jay, it's your pick up next. Final pick of the evening. Who do you got?
some Sami Zayn, but I gotta go with Roman. There's no way he's not gonna lose. No way, not at Elimination Chamber.
Okay, we got a pattern forming here. Tarek, are you following the herd on this one? Which way you
Kind of-
going? Are
Oh,
you
my
thinking?
oh no, well, I'm thinking about something, but it's not what you guys
The-
are thinking.
The dead air is scaring me here.
It's now just trying to go Roman, trying to go for his theme song, his now theme song, instead of going with the Shield theme song.
It doesn't have the same vibe though.
Roman.
It
But yes,
sounds
I'm
it
going
comes
for the
across
treble.
less as like a lampoon on his theme song and more like,
I will say it's actually now the way I was going
what am I
for it. It
thinking?
sounded
I
like
don't even.
slowly turning into Goldust's theme song.
Yeah,
Wrong roads.
I was gonna actually go for like, oh, it sounds like a radio ad for natural male enhancement.
That is, I very random. Okay.
Well, no, there's that men's health company called Roman.
Yeah,
where
that is true.
where they, oh yeah, we're selling
Yeah.
like hair restoration stuff, but we all know why people are calling there.
But yes, the tribal chief is going to win. It's going, as much as you want it to be a triple threat fool, it's not going to be.
no.
Sammy's not going to be put in. It's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Roman. I just honestly don't see it happen. I think when it comes to Triple H and like really setting down what he wants, how he wants it to go, in the end it's going to be Cody versus Roman. Sammy is going to get his top WrestleMania moment, winning the tag titles with Kevin Owens against the Usos, and that story is going to continue here. It's going to start here. It's like I said before, it looks like it's going to be where Jay does side with the bloodline, but it's not like he wants to. He has to protect. I think he's doing it to protect Jimmy, and I actually do see this actually starting to lead towards a singles run for Jimmy, bringing back main event Jey Uso. Pretty much happening post WrestleMania after this.
Interesting. Interesting. See, this is what I love about matches like this, where it's not always about the destination, it's about the journey. And given the way that the whole Bloodline Sami Zayn story has been going, just when we think we know where it's all going to go, it goes in a way better and more unexpected direction. And the quality has been impeccable. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I don't care who wins this one, because the ride has been immensely wonderful. I can't wait to see what's next.
This really, okay, this is quite possibly the best storyline I have ever seen in my years of watching. All throughout, just impeccable work by everybody involved. Going back to when Sammy wasn't even involved. Okay, everything that involves the forming of the bloodline, everything with Jay, everything with Jimmy from the beginning, leading up till now. Because I think starting tonight, we're setting up the disillusion. We're setting up the end as it was of the bloodline, starting at Elimination Chamber. Because at this point, okay, we forget, because of how good Sammy has been and the crowd reactions that he's had. The storyline isn't between Sammy and Roman. It never has been. It's always been about Sammy and the Usos. Because it was always one Uso didn't want him in, the other one brought him in. Then the Uso who didn't want him in got fully invested in Sami, and now he's the one who didn't want to attack it. This has always been about Sami and the Usos, which is why Sami's not winning here, because it's setting up the end game to that story. Sami, the Usos, and the returning Kevin Owens after they start beating him down at the end of the match. After Jey Uso comes out, turns on Sami, goes back to the bloodline, the crowd is pissed, and you get the happy moment where Kevin Owens comes out, runs them away, and Sami and Kevin reunite to end the show in Montreal, so maybe they won't riot afterwards.
I'll tell you what, even if that's the case.
But that was my whole entire crux. Yeah, it would be fun if Sami won. Everybody would be happy. But we forget
rhyme for the win.
But we forget that was never the point of Sami's role in the story of the bloodline. It just turned into it because Sami did so good in his role, and he started getting so many good crowd reactions that we had to come here. We had to come at least here. Okay. But okay, this was always about the end of the bloodline, because at WrestleMania they're losing everything. Okay. They're losing everything because Kevin and Sami are going to take the tag team titles away from the Usos, and Cody is going to take the title away from Roman. But that has to start now. And then you dissolve the bloodline because Roman goes all paranoid in the run up to WrestleMania, and he starts fighting with the Usos, and that's why the Usos don't have their brain in the game when they're going up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania.
I'll tell you what, even if that is the case that we end up getting, that's what I love about it. Almost every single result that we could possibly get from this is a good one. So yeah, I'm digging it. I'm in for it either way.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer here. If Sami wins at Elimination Chamber, holy shit. I'm ready and raring to go with the way the story goes. But this isn't a case of if Sami loses, that's the worst possible thing that could happen. There's no wrong answer here. Okay.
Speaking of no wrong answers, those are our final picks for Elimination Chamber this year. Now we're pitching it over to you, our fellow fans. Who do you got winning this? And most importantly, arguably, how do you see them winning it? Either way, we want to hear from you no matter where you are all across the internet, whether it's social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube comments, or even, hey, maybe your podcast service has a comment section. Wherever you are, drop us a line, let us know what you think. And if you want to get in contact with us and keep the conversation going, you can follow us on Twitter. Tarek, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avatar.
And Brian, where can they reach you?
You can reach me avidly watching this show, now knowing that I can screw over Charlie once again, at Atomic Beanpole.
And Charlie, where can they reach you?
They could reach me kissing my championship goodbye at Charlie.
And Jay, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at HeroHuey316. Shine that belt up, please.
And you can watch me just wading through all the madness at I'm Robbie Rage. Join the conversation. Yes.
It may be madness, but like I'm thinking about it. If Charlie does end up losing the title, you may have the best chance of actually winning it with Asuka.
Hey, I am not about to jinx myself by commenting any further on the matter. But if you want to comment further on the matter, you can check out all of our social links that we just listed and more at our link tree that can be found in the description below. That's linktree/Scholars of Wrestling for all this fun and more. And with that, there's nothing else left to do.
Except just let it out.
Exhale all the bad vibes and sit back, relax, and enjoy Elimination Chamber. But you know we're going to be doing that because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
See you all, and don't get eliminated.